What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, today is draft day, round one, day one of the draft. So as you know, we had to be here for it. I was able to get off work early because I have an appointment tomorrow. So that was big swag. I got off like 10 minutes early before the whole pick happened with the New Orleans Saints. So I'll go ahead and watch the rest or figure out what happened in the earlier stage of the draft to really figure out how I feel about this pick. I know that the Panthers got Bryce Young, and that is, I mean, it doesn't really scare me at all, but it is going to be interesting to be playing a quarterback like him twice every single year. So I'm excited to see how that goes. They seem like they're getting better, and this division will really be interesting next year with the Falcons doing what they've done this offseason as well. But we're here to talk about the Saints and the 29th overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft. So a lot of people were really confused because Mickey Loomis was talking about earlier about, as of now, the Saints have this many picks. As of now, the Saints are at 29. And of course, as Saints fans tend to do when Mickey Loomis speaks, it was overlooked. And everyone was like, oh, dude, Mickey Loomis is totally going to trade up. That did not happen. It seems like every single year we have this same thought, like, oh, maybe we're going to trade up. It just doesn't really seem like it's going to happen unless Marcus Davenport is on the board. Then it's a surefire 100% yes. But the Saints got a 100% need this year in their first round pick. We drafted Bryan Bresee. He offers tremendous upside, especially with how thin of a defensive tackle draft class this was. Like, I know there were a lot of good ones out there like Nolan Smith, but this right here is not a bad pick whatsoever. Like, if you go back and look at his combine stats, dude, like he ran a 4.86 40-yard dash, which was one of the best for his position in the combine. He had a 74 overall production score, which is the third among defensive tackles in the combine. He had a 76 on the athleticism score, which was sixth among defensive tackles in the combine. And he got a 77 total score, which is fourth overall for defensive tackles. So he was showing a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, a lot of burst. This is someone that can definitely start day one, especially on a defensive line like the New Orleans Saints that took many, many hits this last offseason, dude. We lost David Onyemata. We lost Shy Tuttle. We lost Marcus Davenport. We lost key backups like Caden Ellis. Like there's not, the Saints aren't going to get as much pressure as they got last year with the amount of losses they took. So this was definitely a 100% need that the Saints needed to jump on. And I am 100% willing to give Bryan Bresee a chance because when he is out there on the field, he has shown tremendous talent and a lot of upside. So in 2020, this was his best season. He was given all these awards, all this shit, dude. He was great. He had 13 solo tackles, 23 total, 4 sacks, and a forced fumble. He looked pretty good, man. You could just tell if you go watch his film, he just has an extremely strong burst off of the line. He's not really one that's going to hit it home every single time, but damn, he will apply pressure, and that's what the Saints were missing. Cam Jordan's only getting older, man. He can only finish so many things. So with Bryan Bresee in there to absolutely pummel the offensive line and collapse that pocket a little bit is so necessary for this team with a defensive line that has done nothing but dwindle. Other than that 2020 season where he looked great, he hasn't really been on the field much. He tore his ACL in 2021, but he did have 13 tackles total, 1.5 sacks and an interception before he went. And in 2022, he was off to a great start, but he ended up having this family issue. His little sister, Ella, who is 15 years old, died of brain cancer, I believe it was. So that's absolutely tragic. And of course, that's going to halt anybody's football season. He had 15 total tackles that year with 3.5 sacks and a pass defended. But man, I think that Bryan Bresee, he's amazing. He's amazing at tracking players. He's amazing at finishing tackles. He's amazing at really getting in there and pummeling the offensive line and pushing through and causing pressure. And that is exactly what the New Orleans Saints needed, especially with his raw, pure athleticism. He's extremely fast for his size. Dude's 6'5", 305 pounds, running a 4.8 40-yard dash. Like, that says it in itself. The way he moves is it's just so natural and smooth. It's fluent. And that's rare you see that in defensive tackles of this stature. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. I'm very excited to see the Saints play this man, and I hope he is a day one starter because he doesn't really have much competition to beat out. The Saints defensive line is absolutely diminished. So good job by Mickey Loomis on making this decision. I'm glad we didn't get something we didn't need. I mean, for once, we drafted a defensive lineman when we need one and not when we have 40 extras. It wasn't another Peyton Turner or Marcus Davenport clone, thank God. So I just hope that Bryan Bresee is a first-round defensive lineman that works out for us because for some reason we have piss-poor, absolutely dog shit luck when it comes to that category. So yeah, I'm excited. Bryan Bresee, let's get it, man. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this. I think it's an absolute good pick. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 6.5, 7. I think there were better routes, but Bryan Bresee is someone that has tremendous upside. And if his injuries, he was having kidney infections last year when his sister died as well. That was another thing that sidelined him. So as long as these kidney infections and those torn ACLs go away, dude, he might be able to produce some amazing, amazing football. And that is exactly what we need in the black and gold. So like I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys feel about this pick, who you guys feel like the Saints are going to draft further in the draft. I'm very excited to watch how all of this unfolds. As you guys know, I always am. And I appreciate you stopping by. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I mean, there hasn't been a ton going on. I was going to update on free agency and stuff, but it's just not a lot of big stuff happened. I mean, just the one-offs here and there of little signings and stuff. And I'm a little busier than I used to be 3 or 4 years ago when I was pumping a video out on every single signing. So I felt like I can trust you guys enough to come up with your own conclusions on how you feel about certain things. So but I appreciate you stopping by. More videos will be coming. I cannot wait for this regular season with Derek Carr at the helm. That was a huge development that I had to make a video for. And yeah. Bryan Bresee. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I feel like this is going to be another one of those mixed bags. I feel like every single year, dude, every single year when the Saints make a pick, it is so 50-50. Like, half of our fan base loves it, half of our fan base hates it. I know some people are going to be in the comment section like, dude, he barely even played. He had all these injuries, his kidney infections. We barely got to see anything. But the tape that you can watch of Bryan Bresee shows raw, speedy, fluent, I've said it a million times, pure athleticism that I'm excited to see out on that field in the black and gold. Thank you boys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about this pick and your predictions for the rest of the draft. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios.